Well, good morning, South Mississippi, and happy Sunday. It's a really nice day to continue those Memorial Day weekend plans. Good Morning Mississippi is not running this morning due to Formula One over on ABC, but I will give you the latest on the weather right here on the WLOX digital desk. Out there right now, this is the IP Casino Resort and Spa camera over in Biloxi. Things looking pretty nice to start off your Sunday morning plans. Crystal clear blue skies out there right now, but as we take a look over to another portion of the viewing area. This is the Hancock Winnie camera over in Gulfport. Things are looking pretty nice out there as well. You can see some of those clouds off on the horizon. We do have a couple of showers and storms that are well offshore at this time, and as we go through the rest of the afternoon, we could start to pick up at least a few of these here in South Mississippi. Currently at the Gulfport Airport, 72 degrees. That's quite a bit cooler than we started off yesterday, but we are going to heat up fairly quickly. Dew point currently in the upper 60s, so even though it feels a little bit nicer, it is still very muggy out there at the moment. Humidity going to be very high as we go into the rest of today as well. Winds currently calm. We are going to develop a sea breeze later this afternoon. I'll have more information on that here in just a second. But overall, for the remainder of this Memorial Day weekend, things are going to be very warm throughout the day. You can see here a high of about 87 degrees today. With that extra humidity, it's going to feel like it's above 95 with heat index values as high as 100 in some spots. Areas that don't see rain, those are the ones we're definitely going to see get that much higher heat index, or that feels like temperature. We could be way up there in the mid to upper 90s. As we go into Monday, much higher chance of rain. We do have a few systems on the way in that will deliver us quite a bit more rainfall, and that's why the temperature is a little bit lower, but that humidity is still going to be very high. Feels like temperatures will still be up in the mid 90s to upper 90s at times, especially if you don't see much rain yourself. Satellite and radar across the region right now, you can see some of those offshore showers and storms pretty far offshore at the moment, so not even within the sound. Most of them are well offshore out in the Gulf. That's why we did see them all the way off in the distance on the tower cams there. Stationary front still placed to our north, and that's not going to be moving too much until we get that next system to move in towards the middle of this week. Futurecast for today, let's take a look at your temperature forecast and the rain chances. Now, rain chances do stay very low as we go through the rest of the morning hours, but by the time we get to about 1, 2 o'clock, that's usually when we can start to see the potential for at least more of those spotty showers and storms to start developing. You see that rain chance continue to go slightly up as we go into the afternoon and especially into the overnight hours where that first system will start to arrive. We'll have more on that coming up here on our Futurecast. Look at the temperatures as well. High temperature once again about 87 degrees, and notice the south wind does become a lot stronger in the afternoon as well. That's that sea breeze kicking up. If you're going to be spending time on the beaches this afternoon, be ready for a little bit more of a breezy day similar to yesterday. Winds could be kicking up to about 15 to 20 miles per hour, so make sure you anchor those tents down if you're going to be on the beach. Here's that look at that sea breeze developing. You can see Waveland, Biloxi, Pascagoula, those winds gusting about 15 miles per hour, up to 20 at times. If you're heading offshore, it's still going to be pretty gusty out there, but those winds will really increase as you go into Monday as well. For Memorial Day, offshore winds could be around 20 to 25 miles per hour, so quite a bit more gusty than what we're going to be seeing today. Here's a look at Futurecast. We keep those mostly clear skies, and we may develop a little bit of cloud cover going into this afternoon. And then you can see there's those small spotty showers and thunderstorms. They could start to move through South Mississippi by the time we get to about 5 or 6 o'clock this afternoon. They become a lot more widespread as we go into the overnight hours, and here's the first of multiple systems we're keeping an eye on. This will approach from the north late tonight. This is showing 1 a.m. tomorrow morning, where some of those showers and storms may be trying to work their way into South Mississippi. Some of them lingering all the way through the early morning hours. This is 6 a.m., still a few of those showers moving through our coastal communities. And then once you get into Monday afternoon, there's that second system on the way in. Some of these could be a little bit on the stronger side, especially some of those small storms out ahead of the main line. Some of those could produce some gusty winds, about 40 miles an hour or more, and at least a few of them could produce very small hail, so we'll be keeping a close eye on that as we go through Monday afternoon. Monday night, here comes the rest of that system, a little bit more organized along that main line there. It does look like Futurecast wants to bring that into South Mississippi during the late evening hours, right around between 8 or 9 o'clock on Monday. So if you do have plans to stay out late, or if you're driving back home, well, just keep in mind you may be battling a little bit of weather on the way out of South Mississippi. Looking at the heat index forecast for today, once again, that extra humidity is going to make it feel a lot warmer than the actual temperature. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. However, the heat index forecast is calling for about mid to upper 90s. Some areas, especially if you don't get cloud cover, if you don't see rain today, may be getting very close to 100 degrees for that heat index or feels like temperature. Dew point over the next couple of days, it's going to stay very muggy, but you see that pretty big drop there on Wednesday. That's a very weak cold front that will be moving through the area. With that front, we do have the potential to see some slightly cooler temperatures here across South Mississippi. Afternoon temperatures falling back into about the upper 80s. But it's not going to do too much to change our rain chances. Depending on where that front ends up stalling out, it could lead to a much rainier week. Rain chances could be a lot higher, especially as we go Tuesday through Thursday because of this very slow moving system, potentially arriving in multiple rounds. So overall, here's a look at the 7-day forecast. Once again, if you're staying in town for your Memorial Day weekend plans, you definitely want to keep extra water nearby. You're going to definitely want that today. It's going to feel really hot out there. Tomorrow, add an umbrella to the list. We could be dodging some of those showers or storms. Then if you're staying in town for the week, Tuesday through Thursday, rain chances will be much higher. We do have the potential to see at least a few showers along that really slow moving front. And look at that. Afternoon temperatures may be dropping down into about the low to mid 80s. So a little bit of a break from those scorching hot temperatures.